Welcome back. You're watching Goeiemôre, good morning. Now, there's no question that South Africa can hold its own in the world of sports, and cheerleading is no exception. Earlier this year, Team SA made waves at the ICU Junior World and World Cheerleading Championships. And joining us now is Justin Baxter, coach of Team SA and Team Rebel Athletics, to share all the exciting details. Justin, welcome to Goeiemôre, good morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
There are two main categories in the kind of world of competitive cheerleading. So you get stunt and you get performance.
Yes.
What are the differences between the two?
So the stunting is us actually throwing the girls in the air. Sometimes we throw guys in the air too. And then the more performance side is we've got pom-poms and then a bit of the hip hop as well. So that's the performance cheer, and then the stunting is just us literally throwing people above our heads and catching them.
So it's basically like a real live version of Bring It On.
100%. There's a few of us in South Africa that have actually performed on Bring It On a couple of years ago. We were part of that, the whole movie shoot and everything. And there was a few of us that actually were in the movie. Our names are in the credits, so it's quite cool.
That's insane. Yeah. So how do you get involved in something like cheerleading? Because it's not something that is widely offered at schools or after school at various like extramural activities and that kind of thing.
100%. So right now, the school market is blowing up.
Good.
There's a number of like big primary schools that have come on board. There's a number of high school years over the last few years that have really jumped at it. I started in high school as well, so my high school offered it. And then after that, you just find yourself a team that continues after school. So like Rebel Athletics, we obviously a tertiary team that only allows people that have finished with school. There's other tertiary teams that you can join too. And then, you fall in love with it. Once that bug bites you, you're kind of bitten for life and it's hard to get away from it.
Yeah, and you mentioned something really cool now that primary schools are getting involved, because I feel like this is something like gymnastics or ballet or dance where you actually, the younger you are when you start, the better your chances of actually getting better as you get older.
100%. There's kids now, like 7, 8-year-olds that are doing things that I couldn't do 5 years ago. And it's unbelievable the development we've had and it's exciting. It's very exciting. We've just had our provincial, like Gauteng provincial trials, and the primary school section was the biggest section of all the sections we had available.
What are some of the skills or athletic capabilities that you need to get involved in cheerleading?
So you just need to, obviously you need to be a little bit fit. There is a fitness element to it. We advise always a little bit of extra like training. So whether you're in the gym or whether you're just at least doing some form of home conditioning, it's always advisable. We also want, everyone to try and not just do the cheerleading side of thing, but also expand to the gymnastics element. So tumbling, just like body awareness and aerial awareness is very important.
How do some of the all-girl teams differ from the co-ed teams? Are they judged on the same kind of spectrum, or are there different criteria for the judging when the teams are so different?
No, 100%. It's exactly the same criteria for both co-ed and all-girl. And funny enough, like all-girl teams are starting to do what the co-ed teams are doing. And it's insane the power those girls have. And, the females of today are just blowing us men out of the water when it comes to cheerleading and the skills that they're doing. I look at teams like from the US and I'm like, where do you even begin to, how do you learn that? How do you even try to do that? And we aspire to be those guys.
Yeah. What are some of the criteria that judging happens according to, especially when you're trying to qualify for something like Worlds?
So you've got obviously the stunting, which is either it's like one base, one flyer, or two bases with one flyer. So that's the stunt part of it. Then you've got the baskets where it's like three people throwing a girl in the air and then catching her. There's obviously the tumbling, so it's your back flips, your back handsprings, all that. There's an element called cheer, which we literally will say like, let's go RSA. And then you've got to do things as you're saying, let's go RSA or let's go Rebel Athletics. And those all kind of build into a score out of 100.
So where do you get the inspiration from to come up with the routines? Because the things that I've seen you guys do, and the things that I've seen on movies and in TV series and all of that, I'm like, how do they even know that can be done?
I think all coaches have a little bit of craziness to them.
Must be.
So we look at something and we're like, oh, I think we could do that. Okay, wait, maybe let's be a little bit safe and try to figure out how to do it. We watch so many YouTube videos, Instagram videos of what the coaches are doing there. in the US and in all those European countries. And we just take inspiration from that. We also watch like all the Bring It On movies. You can take inspiration from there. You can take inspiration from gymnastics, from dancing, from all these different, sports and stuff. And you can actually make it into cheerleading, which is quite cool.
Justin, how did you get involved in when you started? What was it that made you go, listen, cheerleading is my jam?
Funny enough, it's actually a funny story. I lost a bet. I had a friend that did cheerleading, and I was wanting to get this girl's number, and she did cheerleading as well. And they were like, no, we need more boys in cheerleading, because boys we try and get them, and when we get them, we try and keep them.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'll get this girl's number, no problem. I thought I was the man. And I didn't get her number, and I had to start cheerleading. And 2 practices in, I was like, cool, this is it. I love this. And here I sit 16 years later.
And then all of a sudden, the cheerleaders the cheerleader whose number you didn't get didn't matter?
Didn't matter, and it was just cheerleading I wanted to do. That's it. Yeah.
Justin, that is so awesome. So you mentioned you're in the Rebel Athletics team. Yeah. So Elsa is standing by outside the studio with Team Rebel Athletics. Over to you, Elsa.
Nou ja, toe. Ons staan hier in die klappertand koue, maar ek staan hier met die Suid-Afrika se wêreldklas rasieleiers en hulle het spesiaal 'n roetine vir ons voorberei. Take it away.
Got the Rebel family, the zeal, the power. I'm the one you wanna watch. Come in lights to the top, and I'm not accepting less. Rebels Athletics, show them you the best.
Well done you guys. Thank you so much. Daai roetine wat julle spesiaal vir ons voorberei het. Nou, ek wil graag weet hoe lank moes julle geoefen het om hierdie roetine te kan doen of uit te voer?
Die meeste van ons oefen nou al 10 plus jaar. So om hierdie vinnig saam te stel is nie 'n probleem nie, maar om dit so vinnig te kan saamstel is nou jare se oefening.
En watter deel van die roetine is die moeilikste?
Vir my is dit daai flips en goed wat hulle doen.
Ja.
Maar ek het die meeste van die handstand, is my gunsteling deel.
Are you always a bit anxious in terms of, that fear of falling?
There's always a little bit of a fear of falling, but we train so much.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, you expect not to fall.
En nou wil ek ook vir vra, hoe beheer julle senuwees? Jy weet wanneer julle aan hierdie kompetisies deelneem in ander lande?
Jy vertrou maar net jou oefening wat jy alles gedoen het. Vir SA span oefen jy vir meer as 'n jaar omtrent.
Ja.
So op die einde van die dag vertrou jy maar net jy het genoeg gedoen.
En wat is die belangrikste? Want ek bedoel, julle moet tog sekerlik fisies sterk wees om al hierdie lifts en so aan te kan doen. So is lê die krag die meeste in die arms? Is dit die belangrikste?
Nee, aan die begin glo mense dit, maar soos wat jy hoër level goed begin doen, dan gebruik jy eintlik meer jou bene as wat jy jou arms gebruik. Glo dit of nie, so ja.
En as jy nou gimnasium toe gaan, vir julle wat nou moet oefen of so, is dit hoofsaaklik waaraan julle dan nou werk?
Ja, ons oefen maar gewoonlik 'n bietjie conditioning en dan oefen ons maar net hierdie tipe goed wat ons in 'n routine sal sit.
Is it a bit scary to be thrown into the air? I mean, just tell me a bit of what goes through your mind.
You learn to trust the people. You really need to put trust in them, and if you don't trust them, obviously more goes wrong. So if you put all your trust in the people, you'll be fine.
But I assume it takes time to build that trust, right?
Yeah, like Andrew says, it takes years of practice, and you really we've all got like a team that we train with, but you kind of build the trust with a specific group. So it takes years to build that trust, but once you've got your group and you've got your team, it like we become a family, and you trust your family to not let you down. So
Ek kom by julle outfits. Ek meen, watter rol speel dit? Want dit moet tog redelik, dit speel tog sekerlik 'n rol omdat 'n mens redelik fleksibel moet kan wees.
Ja, dit is meer net oor dat jy, soos jy kan sê, vrylik kan beweeg.
Ja.
En dit maak dit ook net mooi lyk vir die mense wat kyk as al groot spotlights en goed op is, dan skyn die blinkertjies alles mooi, so dan lyk dit ook net lekker om na te kyk.
Nou moet julle vir my ook die atmosfeer net vinnig beskryf. As julle nou in 'n ander land sien wat deelneem aan 'n kampioenskap of so, hoe gaan dit voor die tyd? Ek meen, is daar so 'n bietjie van 'n spannende situasie?
Ja, nee, definitief. Onthou, in ander lande is hierdie 'n baie groot sport.
Ja.
So dit is nogal vreemd om te sien.
Ek het kom inval want ons het besluit ons wil haar net gou in 'n pakkie kry. Kan julle haar net vinnig deur 'n paar van die ropes gooi en dan gooi jy ook vir ons so
Ek dink jy is baie meer beter aangetrek
Okay,
as ek
ons gaan dit
vandag. So, miskien kan julle hom in die lug gooi. Maar goed, bly ingeskakel want daar is nog heel wat voor lê. Ons gaan net hierna voort met goeiemôre, good morning Pieter. Jy's gereed. Ja, dis dit. Hy het reeds die moves.